Dear listener, sorry for the wait, the story continues. The morning sun stretched gently across Silver Crest Estate. But peace? Peace was temporary. Because trouble had already entered the mansion. And its name was Damien Crawford. Again. This time. He arrived uninvited with the same woman Isabella had caught him cheating with. Tall. Elegant. Cruel-looking. Her name was Vanessa Hale. A socialite known for chasing wealthy men. And loving drama. The guards hesitated at the entrance. Mr. Crawford, Miss Whitmore didn't approve visitors. Damien adjusted his expensive watch. I don't need permission. Vanessa smirked. Relax. We're just here to check on the poor girl. The sarcasm dripped like poison. Upstairs. Isabella sat near the window reading quietly. Ethan stood nearby organizing schedules for the day. Then. The maid entered nervously. Miss. Her voice shook. Mr. Crawford is here. Isabella's smile vanished instantly. With someone, the maid added carefully. Ethan frowned. You want me to send them away? She hesitated. A few months ago. She would have said no. She would have tolerated humiliation. But now? Something inside her had started changing. Still. Before she could answer. The door suddenly opened. Damien walked in. Vanessa right beside him. Like they owned the place. Well, Vanessa said dramatically. This room is depressing. Damien laughed softly. I told you. Ethan instantly stepped forward. You can't just walk in. Damien ignored him. Instead, he walked toward Isabella. You've been avoiding my calls. You cheated on me, Isabella said coldly. Vanessa burst into fake laughter. Oh my God. She still thinks this is a love story. Silence. Painful silence. Then Vanessa looked directly at Isabella's wheelchair. You know. Her voice turned vicious. If I looked like this, I'd understand why a man would move on. Ethan's jaw clenched. Hard. Very hard. Even Isabella froze. Her hands trembled. But before she could speak, a cold voice echoed from the doorway. Get out. Everyone turned. Richard Whitmore. Back from New York. And furious. Deadly furious. The billionaire stepped inside slowly. His expensive shoes clicking against the floor. Eyes cold. Expression unreadable. Did I stutter? Damien straightened himself. Mr. Whitmore. I said. Richard's voice darkened. Get out. Vanessa scoffed. We're guests. No, Richard replied. You're parasites. The room fell silent. Then Richard turned toward Damien. You humiliated my daughter. You betrayed her. And somehow, you still think you deserve access to this house? Damien swallowed hard. You're overreacting. That sentence? Huge mistake. Richard smiled. The dangerous kind. Really? He pulled out his phone. One call from me. Your father loses 3 contracts before lunch. Damien's face changed instantly. Fear. Real fear. Because Richard Whitmore wasn't bluffing. He controlled industries. Banks. Investments. Influence. And Damien knew it. You can't do that, Damien said quietly. Richard stepped closer. Try me. Silence. Then. Damien looked toward Isabella. Expecting sympathy. But instead. She looked away. Cold. Unmoved. For the first time, he realized something terrifying. He was losing control over her. Vanessa grabbed Damien's arm. "Forget this." They turned. Stormed out. But before leaving, Damien glanced back. At Ethan. The look in his eyes promised war. That evening, Ethan approached Isabella cautiously. "There's somewhere I want to take you." She looked up. "Where?" "My grandmother's house." She blinked. "What for?" He hesitated. Then said softly, "She thinks she can help." Silence. Long silence. Then, Isabella laughed sadly. "You mean heal me?" He nodded. Her expression darkened. "You know how many hospitals my father took me to? How many doctors promised hope? How many surgeries failed?" Ethan stayed calm. "I know. Then why would this be different?" He looked her in the eyes. "Because she asked for you." That made her pause. "What does that mean?" "I don't know. But she's unusual." "You believe in traditional healing?" He hesitated. "Honestly? I believe in my grandmother." Something about the way he said it felt sincere. No pressure. No fake promises. Just hope. Quiet hope. And hope was dangerous when your heart had suffered. Yet somehow, she said yes. The woman who saw too much. The next morning, they drove hours outside Los Angeles. Away from skyscrapers. Away from luxury. Away from noise. Until finally, they reached a quiet countryside home surrounded by trees. Simple. Peaceful. The air itself felt different. As Ethan helped Isabella out of the car, the front door slowly opened. And there stood Grandma Evelyn. Old. Wise-looking. Sharp eyes that somehow felt ancient. The moment she saw Isabella, she froze. Completely froze. Then, her expression changed. Almost like shock. Fear. Recognition. "You." She whispered softly. Isabella frowned. "Me?" The old woman slowly stepped closer. Staring at her. Not the wheelchair. Her. Then quietly, almost trembling, Grandma Evelyn whispered, "The darkness around you is not finished yet." Cold wind swept through the trees. Ethan frowned immediately. "Grandma?" But the old woman ignored him. Instead, she touched Isabella's hand gently, closed her eyes, and suddenly gasped. Her eyes snapped open. Then she whispered something terrifying. "Someone close to you wanted you broken." Silence. Complete silence. Isabella's heartbeat stopped. "What?" Grandma Evelyn looked toward the distant woods. Her face serious now. "This accident," she whispered slowly, "wasn't ordinary." A chill ran through Isabella's entire body. Because for 8 years, nobody had ever said that. Nobody. And suddenly, questions she buried long ago started waking up. The countryside suddenly felt colder. Too quiet. Too still. Even the wind seemed to stop moving. Isabella Whitmore sat frozen in her wheelchair. Her breathing slowed. Her hands trembled slightly. Across from her, Grandma Evelyn stood strangely still. Eyes fixed. Expression troubled. As if she had seen something invisible. Something disturbing. "Grandma." Ethan Cole frowned nervously. "You're scaring her." The old woman finally blinked. Then sighed deeply. Come inside. Her voice was serious now. Very serious. Grandma Evelyn's home looked ordinary outside. But inside? It felt different. Old books stacked on wooden shelves. Strange herbs hanging near windows. Candles burned softly. The scent of lavender and cedar floated gently through the air. Nothing frightening. Just ancient. Comforting. Yet mysterious. Ethan pushed Isabella carefully into the living room. "Tea?" Grandma Evelyn asked. Nobody answered. Because everyone knew. That wasn't the real conversation. Finally, Isabella spoke quietly. "What did you mean?" The old woman sat across from her. Silent for a long moment. Then said, "Tell me about the accident." Isabella swallowed hard. She hated talking about it. But slowly, she began. It happened after a charity gala. It was raining. My mother and I were driving home. A truck ran a red light. Her voice cracked. My mother died. I survived. But she glanced at her legs. Not really. Grandma Evelyn listened carefully. Who investigated? The police. And? They called it unfortunate. Driver negligence. Evelyn's eyes narrowed. Did you ever see the report? No. Did your father? I think so. The old woman leaned back. Then quietly asked. Who benefited most from your mother's death? The question hit like thunder. Isabella frowned. What? Money. Business. Power. Ask yourself. Silence. Long silence. Then, something clicked. Her father had inherited full control of Whitmore Holdings after her mother died. But, no. Her father loved her mother. Didn't he? Her chest tightened. You think someone planned it? Grandma Evelyn shook her head slowly. I think. She paused carefully. There are truths buried beneath pain. Then suddenly, the old woman stood. Come. Where? To the healing room. Behind the house sat a small wooden building. Simple. Peaceful. Filled with warm sunlight. No machines. No hospital smell. No cold doctors. Inside, there were oils. Herbs. Strange handmade remedies. And silence. Grandma Evelyn knelt beside Isabella. Then gently touched her knees. Her ankles. Her lower back. Her fingers paused. Then, her expression changed. What? Ethan asked quickly. The old woman looked confused. Very confused. She has feeling. Isabella frowned. What? Ethan blinked. No, Grandma. She can't feel her legs. Yes. Evelyn whispered slowly. But something is blocked. Everyone went quiet. Blocked? What does that mean? Isabella asked. Grandma Evelyn looked deeply into her eyes. Tell me honestly. Do you ever feel tingling? Isabella froze. Because. Yes. Sometimes. At night. Tiny sensations. Small sparks. Doctors always dismissed it. She slowly nodded. Ethan stared. You never told me. Because doctors said it meant nothing. Grandma Evelyn shook her head. No. It means something. Hope. Dangerous hope. Filled the room. The old woman moved closer. Then said carefully. I can help. But. Her face turned serious. You must trust me completely. Back at Silver Crest Estate, Richard Whitmore nearly exploded when he learned where Isabella had gone. You took my daughter to a traditional healer? His voice echoed through the mansion. Ethan stood calmly. Yes, sir. Richard looked furious. My daughter has seen world specialists. Harvard doctors. Swiss neurologists. And you think herbs will fix her? Ethan didn't flinch. No. I think hope might. Silence. Unexpected silence. Because somehow, that answer hit Richard deeply. Then, Isabella entered. And something looked different. Very different. Her eyes. They carried something missing for years. Hope. Dad, she said softly. I want to continue treatment. Richard looked stunned. With her? Yes. You trust this? She hesitated. Then nodded. I do. Richard stared at his daughter. Then sighed heavily. Finally. Quietly. He said. If this hurts you again, I'll never forgive myself. She smiled softly. I know. And for the first time, father and daughter hugged. Tightly. Emotionally. But outside the mansion gates, a black SUV watched silently. Inside sat Damien. Angry. Obsessed. Dangerous. Beside him, Vanessa scrolled through her phone. Then smirked. Well, she said softly. I found something interesting. Damien turned. What? She showed him a picture. Of Ethan. Helping Isabella into the car. Clothes. Comfortable. Smiling. Jealous rage exploded across Damien's face. Oh. He whispered coldly. So that's what this is. His fists tightened. If I can't have Isabella. His voice darkened dangerously. Nobody will. And miles away. Without knowing it, Isabella's healing had already begun. Because later that night, as she sat alone in bed, something impossible happened. Her right foot moved. Just slightly. Barely noticeable. But enough. Enough to change everything. She gasped. Then froze. Heart racing. Was she imagining it? Or had the impossible finally begun? That night, nobody at Silver Crest Estate slept peacefully. Especially not Isabella Whitmore. She sat frozen in bed. Eyes locked on her feet. Heart pounding so loudly she could hear it. Did it really happen? Or was grief playing tricks on her mind again? Slowly. Carefully. She stared at her right foot. Then whispered. Move. Nothing. Silence. Tears filled her eyes. Please. Then. A twitch. Small. Tiny. But real. Her toes moved. Isabella gasped sharply. Her breath caught. No. Her hands trembled violently. No way. For 8 years. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And now? Movement. She quickly grabbed her phone. Hands shaking. Called Ethan. The phone rang twice. Hello? Ethan answered sleepily. Ethan. Her voice cracked. I think something happened. He sat upright instantly. What's wrong? My foot. Silence. What? It moved. The line went completely quiet. Then. What? It moved, Ethan. He didn't even change clothes. 20 minutes later. He was inside the mansion. Still wearing sweatpants. Hair messy. Completely out of breath. Richard Whitmore stormed downstairs too. Half awake. Confused. What's happening? Isabella looked terrified. Excited. Hopeful. All at once. Dad. Her voice shook. Watch. Slowly. She focused. Her entire body trembling. And then. Her right foot moved. Clearly. Visibly. Richard froze. Completely froze. No. Tears filled his eyes instantly. No. He dropped to his knees. Baby. His voice cracked. Oh my God. For the first time in years. Hope felt real. Not fake. Not medical promises. Real. Ethan stood speechless. Smiling without even realizing it. She was right, he whispered. Grandma was right. Richard stood suddenly. Call every doctor. No, Isabella interrupted quickly. Both men turned. No hospitals. Not yet. Her eyes moved toward Ethan. I want Grandma Evelyn. The healing became a secret. Only 4 people knew. Isabella. Ethan. Richard. And Grandma Evelyn. Every few days. Ethan quietly drove Isabella to the countryside. Away from cameras. Away from attention. Away from gossip. The treatments felt strange. Natural oils. Herbal steam. Pressure points. Exercises. Meditation. And strange breathing practices. No surgery. No machines. No promises. But slowly. Miraculously. Things changed. Week by week. Feeling returned. Tingling. Movement. Strength. Until one afternoon. The impossible happened. Her first step. Inside Grandma Evelyn's healing room. Isabella stood gripping Ethan's arm tightly. Terrified. Sweating. Panicking. I can't. Yes, you can, Ethan said softly. No. You can. Her breathing became shaky. What if I fall? Then I catch you. Something about that answer made her emotional. Because no one had said words like that to her in years. Grandma Evelyn smiled gently nearby. Your fear is heavier than your legs. Let it go. Slowly. Very slowly. Isabella pushed herself upward. Her knees shook violently. Her body trembled. Ethan held her waist carefully. Not controlling. Supporting. Easy, he whispered. One step. Her legs nearly collapsed. Then. Another. And suddenly. She was standing. Actually standing. Tears streamed down her face instantly. Oh my God. Her voice broke. Oh my God. Ethan's eyes filled too. You're doing it. I'm standing. Grandma Evelyn smiled softly. No. She corrected gently. You're healing. Then. With trembling fear. Isabella lifted one foot. And took. Her first step. Then another. Then another. Clumsy. Weak. But real. Completely real. She suddenly burst into tears. Years of pain. Loneliness. Humiliation. All crashing out at once. And without thinking. She hugged Ethan tightly. Crying against him. He hugged her back gently. Protectively. And for a moment, neither moved. Because something unspoken had changed. Something dangerous. Beautiful. Complicated. Love had quietly entered the room. Weeks later, Isabella could walk short distances. Still weak. Still healing. But walking. Completely impossible. Yet completely true. Richard cried the first time he saw her take steps. He nearly collapsed. "My baby," he whispered. "You're walking." But then, something unexpected happened. Instead of announcing the miracle, Isabella made a shocking decision. "I want everyone to think I'm still crippled." The room went silent. Richard frowned. "What?" Ethan blinked. "Why?" Her expression changed. Cold. Hurt. Thoughtful. "Because." She looked away. "I want to know who loved me when I was broken." Silence. Painful silence. Then, her voice darkened slightly. "And who only respects strength." Richard slowly understood. Damien. The fake friends. The greedy business people. The mocking staff. Everyone. She wanted truth. Raw truth. Grandma Evelyn nodded knowingly. "Sometimes," she whispered, "people reveal themselves when they think you are powerless." So, the game began. At Silver Crest Estate, Isabella returned to her wheelchair. Pretending. Acting weak. Smiling softly. Watching. Waiting. And almost immediately, masks started falling. The moment Damien heard rumors that Richard had cut business ties, he panicked. Because suddenly, his father blamed him for millions in losses. His lifestyle? Threatened. His inheritance? At risk. So naturally, he returned to Isabella. With fake flowers. Fake apologies. And fake love. One evening, he entered her room dramatically. Knelt beside her wheelchair. "Bella." His voice softened. "I miss us." She stared silently. No emotion. "I made mistakes. I was confused. You know I still love you." She almost laughed. Love? Now? After humiliation? Then, something strange happened. Damien grabbed her hand. And kissed it. "I'll take care of you. Forever." At the doorway, Ethan stood silently watching. Jaw clenched. Because for the first time, jealousy burned inside him too. But Isabella simply smiled softly. The kind of smile nobody could read. And quietly said, "Really?" Damien smiled confidently. "Yes." She looked at him carefully. Then whispered, "Good. Then prove it." But secretly, she had already started planning something. Something that would expose everyone. Publicly. Painfully. And perfectly. Because the girl everyone pitied, the cripple everyone mocked, was about to turn the entire game upside down. 3 months passed. And behind the giant gates of Silver Crest Estate, a dangerous secret lived quietly. Isabella Whitmore could walk. Perfectly. Gracefully. Strongly. But nobody knew. Not the staff. Not the business world. Not social media. And most importantly, not Damien Crawford. Every day, she performed. The wheelchair. The helpless expression. The fragile smile. Meanwhile at night, she trained. Walked. strengthened her legs, and rebuilt herself. Each step felt like revenge. Each movement whispered, "You underestimated me." But healing her body wasn't enough anymore. No. Now, she wanted truth. Real truth. Who loved her? Who mocked her? Who betrayed her? Who stayed loyal? And Isabella was patient. Very patient. One afternoon, Richard Whitmore hosted an elite business dinner inside the mansion. Billionaires, investors, old family friends, and of course, the Crawfords. Because business politics were messy. Damien arrived dressed in a custom black suit. Perfect smile. Fake charm. Vanessa nowhere in sight. He had learned quickly. Money mattered more than pride. The moment he saw Isabella in her wheelchair, he rushed over dramatically. "Bella." He kissed her forehead. "I brought your favorite flowers." Fake. Everything fake. She smiled softly. "Thank you." Nearby. What happens next will leave you speechless. Will love conquer betrayal, or will the secrets destroy everything? Find out in part 3 of this thrilling story. If you're enjoying this story, kindly like, share, and subscribe to Kobe Folktales for more captivating, suspense-filled folktales that will keep you glued to your screen. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And before you go, let us know in the comments, where are you listening to us from? We'd love to hear from our amazing listeners around the world. See you in part 3.